1966. Yes, I cover the cop shooting the dude directly in the groin. What does police brutality have to do with the looting that they're doing? What does the looting have to do with the actual fucking protests? Answer the question, bitch. Are you talking to me or are you talking to the other chatter? Are there gonna be fucking opportunists? Of course. Of course there are. What does that have to do with the protests? I do find it very funny that people will just be like, oh man, I was just about to fucking join in. I was just about to join in on these protests, but then I saw people looting and, you know, can't do it anymore. Oh, I was just around the corner. You know, I was driving up to the protest to join because I think it's unconscionable that people are just getting black bagged and shipped overseas for no real reason, for no good reason whatsoever. But then I saw that they burned Waymos and it's like, well, you know, can't do it. Oh, I was just about to go and protest side by side to defend my own fucking community. But then I saw that they're not waving American flags or there isn't a sufficient number of American flags. So I just had to turn the car around, you know? I don't know how this happened, but somewhere along the line, the media and all of these institutions ended up successfully causing onlookers and people that are in the margins, people that are in the periphery, to genuinely place the interests of property over the interests of human fucking beings. But the reason why you even care about property damage is because of its impact on human beings to begin with. You're like, well, these are random innocent people. Like, they didn't deserve to have their storefront crashed into. They didn't deserve to have their shit stolen. Now they're going to incur a financial penalty for no reason, right? That's the reason why you care about property damage. That's the reason why you should care about property damage. And it's so interesting that people literally take it one step further and they go, no, I only care about property damage. I don't give a fuck about humans. Like I said, the greatest example is from earlier today when that when the immigrant store owner was talking about how his storefront was broken into, and people that get mad at that would literally not even feel a moment of remorse if ICE had actually black bagged that guy. It makes no fucking sense. What's worse for that family? Having the father ripped away from them and shipped off to a slave colony with no due process, or the fucking storefront being broken into, you know? That's when libs hit you with the well, two wrongs don't make a right. No, one is a much, much larger degree of wrong. It's like the same brain broken response from liberals to like Israel doing a genocide and then them hyper focusing on the fucking Houthis trying to present a militant response to said genocide, where they're like, well, the Houthis, they stopped ships from going through the Red Sea. They stopped commerce from flowing through the Red Sea. How dare they? It's like, okay, dude, Israel's doing a fucking genocide though. Like, what do you mean? Like, one is a significantly larger evil that warrants an immediate response. Shock moment. Face-off between anti-ICE demonstrator and LAPD leads to physical confrontation. That's crazy. Okay, that's definitely a vet. He's just tanking it. He's just tanking it. They're just peppering his ass. Oh, fucking Christ. As soon as he turned his back and started walking away, that's when they fucking pounced. God, they're such pussies, dude. God, I fucking hate the police so much. Oh my God, they're such animals. They are such fucking animals, dude. What a way to frame it, by the way. Face-off between anti-ICE demonstrator and LAPD leads to physical confrontation. Who fucking did the physical confrontation? The guy's just standing there. He's not even looking at the cop. The cop fucking pushes him with a baton. Like, what is this? What is this? Like, look at the people around him. There's a dude behind him, like a child behind him, carrying water for the protesters, to give out water to the protesters. Does this look like an immediate fucking dangerous presence? He even had an American flag, guys. Clearly a fucking vet. Clearly a fucking veteran. Had an American flag in tow. He's got it all. Like, look, I'm sorry. If this guy is walking like this, okay, if a guy that looks like this in broad daylight is walking comfortably around you, there is nothing going on that warrants this fucking insane response. Okay? That's a grown-ass man with a tote bag walking around the streets of fucking downtown Los Angeles. Clearly, there is nothing that warrants this degree of escalated use of force. Like, what are you? This is why I kept pointing to, like, the children, okay? When we were down there, we just kept showing you, like, kids on bikes and stuff, like little kids. There were kids that looked like they were 12, okay? That were running around, and cops were just fucking deploying tear gas into crowds with children in them. Hits him again. They keep shooting him. He tanks it. The other protester was like, dude, stop. He walks around. He walks quietly, and instantly the two pigs rush him as soon as he fucking turned his back. That jewelry store was not looted by protesters. It's over in fucking Lakewood, way fucking south of Paramount. Local news be lying. Wait, that jewelry store wasn't in downtown Los Angeles? What are you talking about? It was in downtown LA.
The violence they receive in LA. What do you say to Senator Fetterman?
I mean, I think we should absolutely condemn the violence of ripping apart families, of ICE breaking the law.
Excellent. That's a certified classic Hasanabi style misdirection. Okay, when someone goes like, oh, you support terrorism, and you go, I don't support Israel. What are you talking about? Israel is a terrorist entity, and I don't support that terrorism. Perfect. No notes. Great. Great. Oh, John Fetterman condemns the violence of the protests. Do you condemn the violence? Yes, I condemn the violence of ICE ripping apart families. Yes, I think it's unimaginable. It's unique. It's cruel. It's unjustifiable violence. I see you know your judo, madam. What's the crime? Wanting to consume a succulent Chinese meal? Get your hands off my penis. I think people need to fucking judo chop this shit more frequently. Like, I'm serious. Politicians should be fucking doing this judo flip every time, dude. Flip the fucking faulty premise directly back at the person asking the question. Because it's not even incorrect to say that. It's like, okay, yeah, cars burned down. It's fucked up. I agree, you know? Dangerous for the protesters. All right? But you know what's fucking way more aggressively violent? The federal government going after people in courtrooms, dude.
And I think we should absolutely condemn the violence of ripping apart families, of ICE breaking the law, of them going into elementary schools and churches and raiding workplaces. And I absolutely condemn ICE's consistently illegal activity and the fact that they are, and the fact that they're also rounding up U.S. citizens and also documented people who are here legally with no regard for the court system and judicial injunctions. And I think that if Senator Fetterman or anybody else is concerned with law and order, we should be looking at one of the most law-breaking agencies and administrations that we've seen in the United States. We also have a convicted felon in the White House as well.
Guys, John Fetterman saying that is also extra spicy and extra insane because Fetterman's wife was undocumented. John Fetterman's wife was undocumented. Here's John Fetterman, February 27, 2022. Proud as always to be with the Steel City Stonewall Democrats this afternoon. She's a U.S. citizen now, but she used to be undocumented. Okay? John Fetterman is on the record defending migrants in this country on a million different occasions. Okay?
There was righteous outrage over what happened to George Floyd, but that never means that you can support or be quiet if there's destruction or rioting and destroying and looting and those kinds of things. We should have learned the lesson back in 20.
What is this? RXK nephew John Fetterman?
Got a bald head, John Fetterman. Walk in, get lit at a Democrat party. Get a bitch pregnant at a Republican party. Call Fetterman, dad got fentanyl on Miley. Who the fuck you think you is? Who the hell you thought you was? Nigga bought a church in Pennsylvania off his family drugs. Nigga, you like 6'8". White man can't jump to this day. All your advice is dead dirt. My samples that don't make you dance break. We still trafficking through PA. My dogs in Philly got switches for days. I feel like Neff Kennerman. I feel like Neff Fetty White Man. I feel like Neff Slenderman. My dope hit like Rob Van Dam. All Auntie said was God damn. Tell Fetterman he can suck my dick. I'll take that back. I don't want him to do that. I'ma turn Mexican and jump the border. I'ma buy an eighth, turn it to a quarter. Fetterman Neff for traffic your daughter. It's a ransom. Free food stamps. See my type, only fans and food stamps. Treat my trap like a boot camp. This random dope, we don't do stamps. Got a BBL, that shit stink. Hit it once, set on top rank. Off the Remy, they ain't had my drink. Neff Fetterman doing what they can't. Got a bald head, John Fetterman. Walk in, get lit at a Democrat party. Get a bitch pregnant at a Republican party. Call Fetterman, dad got fentanyl on Miley. Who the fuck you think you is? Who the hell you thought you was? Nigga bought a church in Pennsylvania off his family drugs. Nigga, you like 6'8". White man can't jump to this day. All your advice is dead dirt. My samples that don't make you dance break. We still trafficking through PA. My dogs in Philly got switches for days. I feel like Neff Kennerman. I feel like Neff Fetty White Man.
That was bars. This was fire. RXK nephew. Felix talked this into existence. I'm moving like John Fetterman, 60 mile per hour over the speed limit, watching live leak videos while yelling at my wife over the phone. First rapper to diss John Fetterman. Neff, drop a whole Bossa Nova album. 100 mil to Israel like Fetterman. 100 on the highway swerving like Fetterman. Neff out here single-handedly reshaping the Pennsylvania political landscape. What? Live Los Angeles, 28 U.S. Marines pulling up on black Ford Raptor trucks. Helicopters landed. What? 28. After 6 months of war, much of Gaza is reduced to rubble. Violence good. Violence bad. This is what the inspiration was? Is that what it is? The inspiration post. RXK nephew. This was on May 5th. This is before the song came out, right? Oh my God. I hate when John Fetterman controls my thoughts. Look at this new hoodie I just bought. Another 20 million from the Israel lobby. I hope my son cry when he finds my body. I'm the worst member in the Democrat Party, killing my son at my son's birthday party. I love my wife because she's real tall. 2 million Arab kids, we bombing them all. Wifey talking about why you vote like that. Grab the wheel and make us crash. Fetterman rearranged her back. She needs perks all the time. My ops in the waiting room, reading time. She said, babe, calm down. You got delusions. I said, bitch, you're the prosecution. First job at 38, I was mayor of Braddock. Kid's birthday party lighted up like Stephen Paddock. Oh my God. If you're not in the know, for what they are referencing here, a lot of these bars, every single one of these fake bars is actually maybe a slight exaggeration of real-time events. Bro, people in LA shooting live rounds. Wait, what? No, cops are deploying tear gas. They're not shooting live rounds. What the fuck? Wait, what?
Safe here in this county, working with law enforcement, whether it's local law enforcement or even federal law enforcement. We're going to work as a team to keep people safe. And again, as you pointed out, the number of bad actors proportionally are very small, but they have huge impact in the city. We're going to go after the bad actors, whether they get arrested in the last 4 days, whether they get arrested in the weeks or months to come. The advantage we have is that this is being filmed at probably a record level. We have more social media video of who is doing these bad acts than probably any other time in Los Angeles County history. So we're coming after the bad actors while still protecting the legitimate protesters.
All right, District Attorney, I very much appreciate your time. Thank you.
That's such bullshit. They are not protecting the legitimate protesters. Cops on the ground make no distinction between protester, press, National Lawyers Guild, legal monitors, people who are distributing aid, field medics. They literally shoot them all, okay? They do not care. As a matter of fact, I feel like they shoot so frequently at every single person that it almost feels as though, what the fuck is happening here, by the way? This is crazy. It feels as though, oh my God, they're actually going to do a curfew. Oh my Lord.
Biggest decision to make in this breaking news moment, and that is whether she will impose a curfew on this specific area of Los Angeles tonight. It's a crucial decision. She's going to be with us in just a couple of moments.
To understand the world.
If they do a curfew, maybe we'll go out. I feel like given that we are technically pressed. Oh, they're fucking arresting every single person, huh? Is that what's going on? They just like completely boxed them in. What are they saying? Okay.
There's this law enforcement presence because you don't want to make the officers uncomfortable. You don't want to have your hands in your pockets because they don't know what you're reaching for. So if you could just keep your hands within their line of sight, that's the best thing you can do. And at this point, it appears that everyone here is doing just that.
So I guess they're doing mass arrests now for protesters. This is the result of kettling. They'll now single each one out and surround them and shove an arrest. No, I know. Yeah, they just point to people in the crowd.
Yeah, they will be collected, and eventually, when these people do get released, they can try to get their items back. So I don't see anything in terms of like very small children or pets. Oftentimes, that does happen in these situations. So then that would require, bringing
HSI pointing a rifle with lethal rounds.
Watching this since we've been on the air, that when a van moves up or comes into view,
all adults, from what I can see, except for those two teenagers that we saw walk away. But any other little items that they leave behind will be collected by officers and...
Wait. That's a fucking real ass weapon, dude. That's not like a fake gun. That's not like a less lethal or non-lethal, not non-lethal, less lethal round. That's just pointing a fucking straight up AR into a crowd. What the fuck?
Or comes into view, that's when the crowd,
Bro, this is on camera. What is happening?
goes forward and tries to get closer to the federal building, and of course the bands get things.
What is he doing?
Okay, I don't know what this gentleman here is doing, but
well, and that's
what was that?
This is on a rooftop? That's an actual rifle. No, it's on a elevated platform, and that federal agent is pointing a rifle at somebody. That's
the guy in the yellow, I guess.
Yeah.
Two guys.
And you can see they're.
Bro, the dude in the yellow is taunting a motherfucker with a M4. That is, dude, that is crazy.
They're kind of taunting each other. You saw that federal law enforcement agent, you know, wave his hands like, let's go, let's go. And that guy in the yellow doing the same thing. I mean, something escalated quickly to point, you know, lethal munitions at that.
What? Dude, I fucking hate the goddamn media, bro. The escalation is coming from the hopped up psychopath with a fucking M4 that he's pointing at the motherfucking civilian, dude. The motherfucking unarmed civilian. Are you insane? The escalation is not coming from the ground. Media, figure it the fuck out. They're taunting each other. Like the asymmetry that I am experiencing, that I am seeing with my own two eyes is glaringly obvious. It is very strange. It is very strange to me that despite that asymmetry, the media is like, well, they're fucking taunting one another after recognizing that that's an M4, that's lethal rounds.
Person, that was intense there for a second. So I don't know what the conflict was with that person in the yellow, but that federal agent with the rifle there was not happy. There's some fireworks now that we see going on too.
Maybe that's what that was about. But that, you know, that can get even more dangerous when you're actually, you know, we actually witnessed this. We saw him. You say that's a lethal weapon.
Yeah,
like
yes,
that's
absolutely.
an actual. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good.
You can see the provocation happening right here, and then
There's some more tear gas.
yeah.
And now what we've seen, we haven't seen it here, but what we saw a lot yesterday is the tear gas would get thrown and the protesters would grab it and throw it back at the law enforcement officers. That happened to CHP a lot yesterday when they were trying to regain control over the freeway. So, but that here, you know, hopefully they'll, you know, de-escalate this a little bit. But this guy on the left here, that agent on the left with the lethal, you know, weapon there, was not having whatever was going on.
No, it was pointed right at that guy.
Yeah. And see, look, he's, you know, waving him over.
I wonder if those guys have on masks. When I say those guys, the agitators.
See, there he goes again, pointing it at him.
You think the problem here is the quote unquote agitators with masks? That's you take issue with protesters wearing masks and not the mask wearing federal law enforcement agents who are brandishing and training their sights on American citizens. I assume when she says the mask-wearing agitator, she means the law enforcement, right? Am I living in like upside down? Is this bizarro world? Is this the alternative universe that we exist in where it's like up is down, wrong is right? Because without commentary, if you play this out on mute, without commentary, if you play this out on mute, this back and forth here, you're like, oh my God, a federal law enforcement agency officer who is masked is literally aiming a lethal weapon, an M4, directly at a Los Angeles citizen.
So I couldn't tell if that agitator did. I mean, you certainly law enforcement does. That's been kind of the name of the game for them, and that's something that they say they need to do to protect themselves and their identities. A lot of the protesters did, and I don't, John, if we can see that guy.
Oh, this is Santa Ana. Yeah, this is in Santa Ana. This is not downtown. Well, regardless, it's fucking insane. Like, what are the things that take precedent over human beings' lives at this point? Police feelings with like half-empty water bottles, Like, police getting hit with any water at all. Police being spooked by loud noises.
Urge on this area is there are so many different groups of protesters. You have the group that ran onto the 101 freeway, then you have this group here, and then on the far intersection near that VA building that Mark just talked about, there's another group there. Now, most of them were taken into custody with that dispersal order. We saw them drive away in the LAPD buses just a short time ago. I also just want to show you this on-ramp to the 101 freeway. There's even more California Highway Patrol there that are just at the ready in case something happens. In many respects, Jamie, we're just gonna have to move for a second. There's a car. Back up. In many respects, they have been essentially keeping that on-ramp to the freeway closed, so protesters couldn't go on there. But as you saw just a short time ago, they were able to access another entrance to the 101.
You were happy as fuck. So I just showed you him, right?
Filthy pigs just pegged a single woman trying to get home at nearly point blank range.
I want us to focus on this guy right there. Look at him. Trigger happy as fuck. So I just showed you him, right? Look at that. Oh, what's passing by? Where's our money going, right? Where are our tax dollars going, right? Right? Yeah. So, we've got trigger happy fucking bitch over here. Look at. Well, they're telling her to move, but that's a public sidewalk. They're telling her to move. Watch, if they shoot her.
Protecting and serving the interests of citizens right there.
Off. She's not doing anything. Come on. We're moving, assholes! Oh, you got it. Hang on.
Can they just do it like that? Pop their ass good? I hope your mother gets popped in the ass good in the same way when she's just walking down the fucking street in a lawful manner. Maybe then you'll understand. Dumb fuck. How can you look at the situation and be so fucking cruel? Hey, see, it's a lawful response, right? Yeah, maybe you'll understand when it happens to you or your mom, okay?
Out of her sight. Here, I got some supplies, my guy. Sit down.
First of all, less lethals are not supposed to be directed at people's bodies, okay? The appropriate usage of less lethals is literally the ground. They're not supposed to be directed at someone's body. They're also not supposed to be used point blank. They're not supposed to be used at that distance at all. That motherfucker literally hit the person. No ricochet. Straight up, directly hit that person. Less lethals are lethal at close distances. Less lethals are still lethal at close distances. Less lethals can still be lethal if shot directly at the body.
I literally just got it on video. They're gonna shoot. We're moving! We're moving! Stop! She's injured! Come on, we gotta get across the street. Come on, we gotta go across the street. Where are you going? I live here. Okay.
So-called lethal weapons like those that have been used against demonstrators in Los Angeles can cause severe lasting harm like nerve or brain damage or blindness. They can also kill. Police employed military-style tactics on demonstrators, including using tear gas, flash grenades, and pepper spray projectiles, except that's not correct. Because as far as I understand, tear gas is literally illegal to deploy in combat. Also super sick because these dumb fucks won't get charged, but she won't be able to succeed civilly against them due to qualified immunity. Fuck cops and fuck the system. Yeah, it's considered, it is a chemical weapon and considered a war crime under the Geneva Convention. These types of health effects and injuries can vary depending on the weapon being used. Tear gas and pepper spray types of chemical irritants can cause tearing, pain, and burning of the eyes, skin irritation, sore throat, sneezing, coughing, and vomiting. Long-term effects are less common but can include asthma, wheezing, loss of vision, and even nerve or brain damage. These problems can occur if people are exposed to a large amount of these chemicals or they are sprayed in a closed space. 2014 study by the U.S. military has also found that exposure to tear gas and pepper spray make people vulnerable to respiratory infections in the week following exposure compared with the week before exposure.
I just literally shot her point blank. No, she's not okay. Yeah, try right here, and let me just look at it, unless you want to go inside. Holy fuck, you guys. Okay. Here.
Have been detained here on Alameda, in addition to the people who were detained on Commercial Street. Yeah, this is Alameda, so it is closed. It's been closed for multiple days. Unheard of that Alameda would be closed for so long. It's such a big street here through the area.
Those huge bangs that you heard were most likely flashbangs.
Off the overpass here. This is the Alameda Street overpass for the 101 freeway. So again, even though the freeway has reopened, I can only imagine that if you're driving through and you're seeing these large groups of people overhead, you can't help but to slow down and take a look, and that is what is contributing to some of the delays here on the freeway. But again, Alameda Street here at the 101 freeway.
No, it's not fireworks, man. Also, contrary to fucking whatever the media might suggest, fireworks are a greater danger to the person that's actually lighting them on fire rather than the direction it's launched in, as opposed to, I mean, I guess depending on the type of firework, as opposed to a flashbang grenade or tear gas is infinitely more dangerous than a firework. Lies? You think tear gas or fucking flashbang grenades, like incendiary explosive devices, are not more dangerous than like a fucking Roman candle? What are you talking about? Come on, fireworks are literal bombs. Stop lying. Yes, they're literal bombs that are more dangerous to the person that's lighting the fucking fuse. Flashbangs, on the other hand, are deployed as an incendiary explosive, which is created specifically so that it doesn't explode when you're tossing it. Flashbangs are literal bombs. You're comparing like Roman candles and shit, or sparklers that people have, to a literal grenade. The most dangerous point of a fucking firework is at the point of lighting it on fire. My point is that if you have an issue with fucking like Roman candles and sparklers and shit, okay, if you consider that to be a risk, then you should be losing your fucking mind about tear gas. Just like if you think closing off roads is really fucked up and unjustifiable, you should be losing your mind at the road closures that police implement. Because when citizens do road closures, they're doing it to protest against the government. When cops do road closures, they're doing it to create a staging ground to beat the fuck out of citizens. The press, legal representatives, field medics, nurses, teachers, the elderly. Destroying your own community while waving a flag for the country you don't want to go back to. ISIS is horrible. I don't agree with them, but what is this solving? Why are you such a fucking coward, dude? Why are you such a goddamn pussy? Okay? Why are you such a fucking pussy? You ginormous bitch. Just say it with your fucking chest. You don't give a fuck about what ICE is doing. Because if you gave a fuck about what ICE was doing, you would understand that that is infinitely worse overall than people waving a fucking flag of their heritage. You don't give a fuck. What is this? What is this moral posturing? Who are you trying to fool? Are you trying to fool yourself? Are you saying to yourself that maybe if I say these words out loud, the 48,000 people that are in this community will also believe me? That I do care about the people that are being fucking kidnapped? You don't. Like, and then you make shit up. You're like, Molotov cocktails being thrown at the police is such a bad look. I agree with the protest, but the optics are horrible. Why can't people protest without destroying their community? The cops are the ones destroying the fucking community, jackass.